the drama over the fallout at Marvel/Disney just continues. After Victoria Alonso's sacking, Disney made known that they were planning to let go 7,000 employees. Right? Now, Marvel Comics and the whole Marvel executive and all that stuff was a few days ago, last week or something, so it was announced that Ike Perlmutter had been let go and that Marvel was going to be incorporated into Disney. So people were wondering what that meant for Marvel Comics and all that kind of stuff was going on. Now, when that story originally broke, I decided to wait because I wanted to see what it is Ike Perlmutter would have said in regards to what happened to his whole firing thing. Because Victoria, she came out and said quite a few things in regards to what happened with her. So now Ike is actually coming out and finally letting people know his stance on why he was let go. And boy, is it a doozy. This article here from Bounding Into Comics. Former Marvel executive Ike Perlmutter claims he was fired from the Walt Disney Company because he wanted to keep costs down. Apparently that's not the only reason. Let's get into it. Ike Perlmutter disputed reports that the Walt Disney Company laid him off amid cost-cutting measures that will see around 7,000 Disney employees let go over the coming months. The Hollywood Reporter's Alex Werpin claimed at the end of March that Disney is folding Perlmutter's Marvel Entertainment unit into other parts of the company and that he would be let go. But there was also a report that a Disney representative said Tuesday that Horatio Gutierrez, Marvel's general counsel, called Mr. Perlmutter and told him that his job was being terminated as part of the company's broader effort to cut $5.5 billion from its content and administrative budgets and eliminate 7,000 jobs. If Disney would stop the crap that they're doing, they would be making a whole lot more money, but now they're suffering, and I for one think that they bloody well deserve it. However, Perlmutter told the Wall Street Journal he was fired from the company over business differences, specifically his insistence on keeping costs low and demanding return on investment for Marvel Studios productions and other Disney products. Perlmutter asserted, "I have no doubt that my termination was based on fundamental differences in business between my thinking and Disney leadership, because I care about return on investment." I wouldn't doubt that, because the way that Disney and Marvel are doing things these days, it seems like they don't care on return on investment. They care about pushing the message and burning the company down while doing it. Let them burn me. Specifically, Perlmutter noted his focus was not on how big the box office grosses and claimed only people in Hollywood focus on box office gross. All they talk about is box office. I care about the bottom line. I don't care how big the box office is. Only people in Hollywood talk about box office. He went on to dispute the claim he was let go, claiming it was merely a convenient excuse to get rid of a long-time executive who dared to challenge the company's way of doing business. I wouldn't doubt that if it is, okay, we all know Disney is being operated these days by a bunch of woke, lunatics. Do you want to put it? Look at the word lunatics. And anybody who has ever had any experiences with any people who subscribe to the whole woke culture knows that the minute you challenge them, the minute you say anything different from what they say must be something, they go out of their way to destroy you. So I wouldn't doubt that this is what happened because, like he said, he's more interested in the bottom line and they're interested in their own stuff. So that's what's going on. Perlmutter also implied his firing was also because he tried to make changes to the company by bringing in activist investor Nelson Peltz to the Disney board due to declining financials of the Walt Disney Company. All right. In my experience with any major corporation, when they're having problems and they don't have the free cash or whatever it is, usually people like Nelson Peltz know how to put it back on track. He then went on to say that someone like Peltz needed to come in from the outside because the Walt Disney Company's corporate culture is so entrenched. I learned one thing about creative people in my whole life. You cannot give them an open credit card. They're doing this for 30 years. Why would they change? Okay, so they just want to burn through money, maybe, all right. On top of Perlmutter being opposed to Disney CEO Bob Iger's overall business strategy. Well, okay, let's be honest. Bob Iger is pretty much a moron. It's the only way to look at it, pretty much a moron. Because the things that he's talking about that he wants to do with this, okay, they were that Bob Iger was the man who put Disney in the hole that it is in now. Then Bob Chapek came in, and then Bob Iger literally held a coup to get back into the position, and now he wants to dig even deeper down into that hole that he originally put Disney in. So, I don't know. He was also opposed to the company's political intervention in the state of Florida. Yes, okay. When the company opposed Florida's legislation blocking the teaching of gender identity and sexual orientation to children in grades kindergarten through 3rd grade. So you see, he was against them trying to literally groom children. Something Victoria Alonso went on a crazy rant about and the GLAAD Awards. You understand me? He was opposed to it. And you see what happened. Like I said, anybody who challenges these people and their woke beliefs, this is what they get. Perlmutter related conversation he had with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But he said, Ron, you're right. Disney doesn't have the right to get involved with politics, and you know I'm the largest individual shareholder. He went on to reveal he even advised Disney executives to not get involved. Don't get involved in politics. You're going to get hurt. It's a no-win situation. That is sage advice. Stay out of it. Your business is making entertainment that entertains people, children. That is what you should do. This because crackpots like Victoria Alonso went screaming at Bob Chapek that you know he should jump on board the grooming bandwagon doesn't mean that people shouldn't do that. Stop letting these lunatics run your life. But no, he gave sage advice here. Stay out of it. They didn't want to hear. Maybe the biggest claim Perlmutter made in his comments to the Wall Street Journal was that former Disney CEO Bob Chapek had his hands tied by previous budget approvals made during current CEO Bob Iger's previous tenure as CEO. And like I said, Bob Iger is the man who put Disney in the hole that it is in today. And rather than stop it, he just decided to jump back in now and keep doing the same damn thing that has put Disney into that hole, and he doesn't want to stop. At various points, he raised concern with then CEO Mr. Chapek about what he viewed as out of control spending on Marvel movies. According to him, Chapek agreed but said he didn't have the ability to change the spending plans because they had already been approved by senior management. He said that there was no way to force the issue because the creative people at Walt Disney Company are very powerful. In fact, when Bob Iger returned to the company, he made it clear that he was going to give even more power to the executive, to the creative people and the company. Yeah, gives more power to the very same woke lunatics that have put you in the hole that you're in. Brilliant, Bob Iger, brilliant. CNBC reported Iger sent a memo to employees making this clear when he relieved Kareem Daniel of his position at the head of Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution. The memo read in part that he would be creating a new structure that puts more decision-making back in the hands of our creative team and rationalizes costs. Later in the memo, Iger detailed, our goal is to have the new structure in place in the coming months without question elements of the whatever. Yeah, I'm going to go through that. While Perlmutter noted he spoke with both Disney executives and Ron DeSantis, it wasn't over any kind of principled moral stance on the issue. As Perlmutter revealed, he also personally paid for mutilation surgery for Disney employees who think they can change their sex via surgery or chemical alterations. What? He said, I called and said if anyone would like to change their sex, my professor is the #1 in the country. They should call me and I'll help them to make an appointment. Oh, God. Yes. You know, Disney does it to themselves. They can make crap like this, but Disney's done it to themselves. Ike Perlmutter, you work this another sacrifice on this. I mean, that whole thing about you when they help people get things. I mean, if people want to do that, that's their business. But like I said, I knew there was going to be more to this whole thing about it. And the bottom line of it is that he had a problem with the way Disney was being run. The way that that Marvel was doing certain things, he wanted certain things done differently. And like I said before, you cannot argue with these people because they must always be right. So, Ike Perlmutter's gone, Marvel Entertainment is going to be folded into subdivisions of Disney, and we may see what happens next. Hopefully the whole damn thing just burns at this point. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments and with a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.